Hello and the heartiest of welcomes to my YouTube channel, but I have to say that if you have not yet affirmed your commitment to me and my ongoing digital content, then frankly you need to have a word with yourself, and that word is subscribe. Hit the subscribe button and you will instantly feel better about yourself and your life choices. Romanian auteur Cristian Mungiu has returned with R.M.N. It stands for Resonanță Magnetică Nucleară, or Nuclear Magnetic Resonance, what we would call MRI, referring to the film's symbolic brain scan. This is a psychodrama of Central European xenophobia, a Brexity hostility which has taken up residence in the brains of people in a multi-ethnic region of Transylvania. They are people who can't decide which racial identity among their neighbours they dislike the most, or how much to dislike the EU, from which so much of their financial help still comes, and whose richer countries are very racist towards them. R.M.N. is an essay in a kind of crisis in the racist mindset. When and how do you suppress your dislike of one kind of people to make common cause with them against some other kind?
De ce se angajează străini pe locurile noastre de muncă? E normal așa ceva?
Szorgalmas, családszerető emberek, jól dolgoznak.
De az emberek már nem akarnak olyan kenyeret venni, amihez ők hozzáérnek.
Să nu te apropii niciodată de animale sălbatice, neînarmat.
Nu ai trebuie ceva ca să supraviețuiești. Trebuie să știi să te bați.
The setting is a village where Romanians, ethnic Hungarians and German speakers have lived together reasonably calmly for 30 years. Matthias, played by Marin Grigore, is a hatchet-faced guy who's had to abandon his job in a German slaughterhouse after assaulting the bigoted foreman who'd called him a lazy gypsy. Now back in his hometown and unemployed, Matthias is coldly received by his wife because he is having an affair with another woman, the rather stylish Hungarian Silla, played by Judith State, who manages a modern high-tech bakery with the help of EU grants. The town's quarrelling people are coming together to express their racist loathing of the Sri Lankan Silla has hired to work there. Meanwhile, Matthias's ailing father is very sick indeed and has had to have that crucial MRI scan. Most disturbing for Matthias, and the crisis which has brought him back, is that his young son Rudy, played by Mark Bleniesi, has been struck speechless by something terrible that he has witnessed in the bleak surrounding woodland. He can no longer say anything. What has Rudy seen? A wild animal? An illegal immigrant? Some kind of horrible premonition? Matthias has now taken to carrying his rifle everywhere, which must worry all those familiar with Chekhov's rule about what happens to a gun produced in Act 1. And Matthias is brooding over his father's brain scan images, which he's downloaded to his phone, an eerie new version of the skull beneath the skin and the sickness beneath the skull. Mungiu's storytelling style is as unemphatic and low-key as ever, and he has an arresting keynote scene in which a town meeting is convened, where everyone's racist paranoia can be freely aired at length. This is shown in one continuous, uninterrupted, static shot. R.M.N. is a sombre, downbeat movie, but with a sudden flurry of dreamlike visions at the very end. It is seriously engaged with the dysfunction and unhappiness in Europe that goes unreported and unacknowledged. So that's it. You're probably wondering to yourself, how can I possibly express my gratitude to Pete for these vlogs? Well, you can give them a like and a share on your socials, and in so doing use whatever platform you have to support a plucky maverick, me, against elite big media. As I said earlier, you can subscribe and leave a comment recording that heartwarming fact. And you can also buy my book. And when I say that, I don't mean think about buying it. I mean actually buy with, money, my book, The Films That Made Me, an edited selection of my essays and reviews for The Guardian. See you next time.